Hello, hello. Welcome to my space. I hope you are doing well. So, we are going to check what are the vibes right now. I don't know if you have been here since some time. You might remember that for the new year, I said new year, new vibes. I will order myself a few decks. So, finally, they arrived. So, let's see. Let's see, I'm very excited about this one. I think it's absolutely amazing from what I could see. So, let's get into it. What are the vibes? What are the messages? Let's see. Okay, so spiritual path, the first card. Your spiritual aspects are calling out to you for deeper nourishment and attention, reminding you that the physical is just one part of your existence. This is a time to seek higher wisdom. Interesting. And it's 38, 38. It is the Justice card because it is an 11, right? And it is also the world. Live your truth. This turned. All the cards are in the upright, but the card clearly turned, so I will take it turned, right? Your truth is your compass, and the time has come to follow it without fear. No more hiding, no more compromising who you are. Do what feels right, even if it's not what others expect of you. It was in reverse, right? And it is in the place of relationship connection. You have someone around you who is not living in their truth. Are we surprised? I don't think that we are. Let's see if I put the card here. Can you see it? Yes, you can. Because those are big cards. Okay, this is number one. Number one is the Magician. Magician in reverse. We are talking here about someone who is not being honest. Magician in reverse, it is a manipulator. Fear of change. Okay, we understand what's going on here. Fear of change is natural, but remember that growth begins where comfort ends. Even if the path ahead feels uncertain, it holds the promise of something greater. We are with number 12, which is the Hanged Man, being able to see things from a different perspective. Revelation, number 9, this is the Hermit. The veils are parting and hidden truths are ready to be revealed. This revelation may challenge your current perception, but it will ultimately empower you to act from a place of truth. Okay, whatever I'm seeing here right now, we are obviously talking about you and the connection with somebody here who was not being honest, who was acting from a unauthentic place. Let's say it this way. Objectively, it seems like they are very stuck in their ways. In the fourth place here, the foundation, something is coming up, right? We have the spiritual path here. This is the first card. As said, it is related also to justice. So there might be here something happening. We already saw, right, that things are coming up, layers of truth are coming up. We might be talking about a legal situation here, right? Forcing someone into the dark night of the soul. It might be. Let's continue. With the revelation, did I say that it's number 9, which is the Hermit? Reconciliation. Misunderstanding. Okay, somebody here wants to reconcile. Number 21. With the number 21 here. Wait, I think that I made a mistake before. I don't know. Misunderstanding. This is number 35, which is a 8 strength card. Reconciliation. We are with the tree here, the Empress. Tell me more here, please. We are also with the world, like a cycle ending, power struggle in the 7th position. Are we surprised? And the card is also a 7. It is a 16. 16 is a 7. Magic of belief. It was turning, so I will take it in reverse. Blessings in disguise. Okay, let's see the magic of belief. What is written on the card? When you believe in the magic of the universe, you activate portals beyond the reach of logic. Your energy expands and your vibration shifts, unlocking new dimension of possibility and serendipity. Okay, so what I feel here is that we are dealing with somebody who has manifested things that they shouldn't have. The card is in reverse. We are talking here about manifestation. When you believe in the magic, I kind of feel that we are talking about manifestation here. And it is backlashing because whatever they manifested for you, they shouldn't have. They shouldn't have. They are stuck. 39. It's a 12. It's a 3. Excuse me. But it's a 12. Yeah, okay, I thought that suddenly I lost my mind. Yeah, it's a 12, so it's the hangman and it's in reverse. Somebody is stuck because whatever... We might be talking here also about black magic. We might be talking about smear campaign. We might be talking about all those kind of things here. So it's backlashing. It didn't come from the right place. We know why. Power struggle here. We have someone who was truly trying to have some kind of control over the situation. Card 16, we might be talking also about the chariot. The chariot is going forward. Usually they are going forward coming from a higher perspective. But as we have here somebody who is not living in their truth, they are not operating from their higher self but of fear. So they might have moved forward thinking that they had some kind of protection. With the chariot, we are with the energy of the Cancer. And it is about having a thick skin protecting you, right? So you think that you are protected, but we have to consider here that somebody is not acting from their higher self. So, spiritual path revelation here. There is some kind of understanding that is coming up. 5th place here. This is the direction that somebody should have taken at a certain moment. With the revelation, time, space, and disagreement may have caused distance, and they should have acted in a way to arrange the situation. They decided not to do that. They might pretend now that everything was a misunderstanding, right? We are not talking about someone who lives in truth. What must be done here? The misunderstanding is in the 6th place, which is about what should be done. What should be done? It is instead of projecting misunderstanding outside, they should understand why they misunderstand situations, right? So, blessing in disguise, this kind of reflect to me to what I talked about. I think it was yesterday in the very, very short video that I posted with a terrible situation that turns out to maybe be the best university of life that you can have. We know that sadly we are learning lessons in life very much when it hurts. It shouldn't be this way, but it's with failure or with difficult situation that we tend to grow the most. When we are challenged, then we have to dig into ourselves. So at the end of the day, all this situation might be a blessing in disguise. 1 second, I will close the window because I can hear the words outside. don't know if you could hear it. I will check so I know for the next time. Okay, so spiritual path, live your truth, fear of change, revelation, reconciliation. I see the reconciliation here, right? I told you exactly. This is what should have been done. This was the choice that should have been done. They didn't do it. But I am very much attracted here to the energy of the Empress. And so I feel that at the end of the day, they might have thought that you wouldn't be abundant, and they see that you are. So I kind of also feel here that somebody might want to reconcile with you. They will tell you that there was a big misunderstanding, right? But they are struggling because of their ego. The power struggle talks about ego. What is written on the card, it is control and influence are being tested. Be mindful of who holds the power in this situation. Are you leading with integrity, or are you being led by someone else's agenda? Interesting. I didn't see that coming, but also this, we already saw it, right? In another reading, that somebody here, the main character that might have hurt you, no excuses to them, but they might have also been manipulated. Okay, so let's get deeper into this. Even though I have a new tarot deck, I think that I want to use an old deck because I don't want too much new here. Let's take this one. Let's take this one and see what is coming up here. Why are we getting all of this? On the spiritual path, what is written is your spiritual aspects are calling out to you for deeper nourishment and attention. I feel here that all this experience also has forced you, as said, to reconnect to your deeper power, to your higher self, maybe to your intuition. But I also feel here we are ending with the blessings in disguise. And I feel here that there is this relationship with the spiritual path, your spiritual path, but I also feel that it goes further than that, because you were dealing here with people who were not living through the fool's journey, right? They were not into authenticity, they were not into healing. There is a little bit, the sheep element, like doing like everybody else is doing. There is a lot of ego. It is a lot of fear of change, fear of being different. Not even considering yourself as a shining light in the world, because at the end of the day, we can also understand that many people are living in this superficial level because they don't succeed to consider even what is so special inside of them. There is here an element of, in fact, totally disrespect for themselves. They might not see that. They might not consider that. Same way as, if you are taking care of your body from a healthy place, it's not the same as hurting your body in order for your body to look a certain way. One is respecting yourself and the other one is not. While if you listen to people who are doing too much regarding their body, for example, they will go to the gym 2 hours a day, or they will do terrible diets like, 800 calories a day, or they will inject themselves with all kind of things that they don't truly need. At the end of the day, it is a total disrespect for themselves, in fact, right? It's like whatever I have is not good enough and I will force you into something else. So it is in fact disrespect, while when you hear them, they don't consider it. So most people who are living out of their truth, they don't even consider their own value, in fact, right? I hope that what I'm saying is making sense. Let's see here. Why is this coming up? And what should I talk about? I'm very much attracted here to the blessing in disguise. Four in reverse. 8 in reverse. 8 of Pentacles in reverse, sorry. Let's see, 1 second. I will put this and this way. Can you see? No, you can't. Can you? Yeah, you can. Let me get a little bit more information here about this. What comes to my mind here, it is that somebody was trying to work very, very hard on trying to keep you closed off, protective, depressed, unattainable by anyone or everyone, kind of depressed, missing opportunities. I'm looking at this Four of Cups, but at the end, they did a very sloppy job. And the reason why they did this very sloppy job, it is because you are not vibrating from the same place. So they might have brought a lot of destruction in your life, but at the end of the day, you are connected to your inner power. So, it's just, they might have destroyed your social life, your reputation, your work, your income, all those kind of things. They might have succeeded to do that. But at the end of the day, they just made you be stronger, give you more time and space to be totally in alignment with your higher self. Let's see here if there is something else about this Four of Cups and Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, they were competing with you. I don't need another card. They were competing with you. Yeah. What's interesting in the Five of Wands, it is that the image that we usually see, it is people who are competing with one another, but at the end of the day, none is stronger than the other. There is no I am stronger. They are all fighting, competing when they are all at the same level at the end of the day, right? And so I kind of feel that they were trying to compete with you while not in an arrogant way, right? I'm not talking about an arrogant way. I'm talking about a way of perceiving life. You are not at their level. You are not competing. And it feels to me that they were trying to force you in a competition with them. This is what they were trying to do. Okay. Wait, I will put this here. Malicious intent. There was a card here calling me, so I just opened it. Malicious intent. Yeah, this is the issue, because we are coming from power. So they don't come from a pure place. Yeah, exactly. We are talking here about people who are not innocent at all. We are talking here about someone or a group of people, I still don't know, who are very much They are not in a spiritual path. They are not connected to the highest. They didn't understand the laws of life, the physics of energy. They didn't understand karma. They didn't understand that whatever you are taking out, it will come back to you. And the fool here is in reverse. We are talking about people who are not even envisioning. This is what I was explaining to you here before with the cards. We are dealing with people who are not even envisioning themselves as having a special value. And I'm not talking about the materiality of the thing, right? Temperance in reverse, unable to alchemize, no protection, not hiding, not acting from their higher self. Yeah, we are talking about people who are vibrating from a very, very different energy than you, especially if you identify with the Earth Angel energy. Talking here about people acting totally recklessly, without any consideration for the consequences of their action, the hurt that they cause. No consideration at all. The fool is in reverse. Tell me more here, please. Yeah, and it was all about interrupting you from being in your life path. It was all about interrupting your healing, right? You were healing. You were healing, you were evolving, you were self-reflecting, you were acting from a place of conscience, reflection, self-reflection, growth. Look, here the water is pouring, right? But it's in reverse. This is why I say we are not talking about people who have the awareness even about karma, energy. There is none. And you were pouring into people, you were pouring into your emotions, you were acting from your emotional self, healing. This is what they didn't want you to do, because this would just give you more and more power. I'm looking at the card living your truth, and I truly feel here that somebody didn't want you to live in your truth. They were afraid of your truth, of your clarity, your mental clarity. They were afraid of what you could see about them or tell about them. Yeah, because we clearly have here the energy of someone who is healing, who is aligning with the higher self, walking towards their north node, their destiny. And here, no rest. This is not trying to keep you busy, sending energy towards you, everything in order not to allow you to have the rest and the peace of mind that you need in order to be able to think clearly. Tell me more here, please. Yeah, look. Again, we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands. Yeah, competing with you. Because they were afraid of a truth that you can reveal. This can be a message, this can be a truth, this can be clarity. They didn't want you to have the clarity, but the clarity is here. The foundation here of this reading, we have clarity. This feels to me that you said something in the past, right? And they have spent their time here trying to prove that what you said has no value. They might have done it by saying that you don't know what you are talking about, you are mentally unstable, if you are very intuitive. They did everything in their power in order to prove that your intuition is fake, is false, right? This is what they were trying to block. Look, the Five of Wands and the Page of Swords. Competing, fighting, in order to block a message, a clear message, clarity, truth. Blocking the truth from coming out. And this is why they were doing their best in order to keep you mentally stressed all the time, keep you in survival mode. This is what they wanted. Okay. And now they pretend that it's a misunderstanding, right? That if I feel here that they cannot say anymore that they were not fighting with you. That they were not the initiators of the fight. That they were not the ones trying to destroy your work, your healing, your life, your happiness. They cannot say that anymore. So now they are trying to justify. I'm attracted here to this magic of belief in reverse, right? I kind of feel that we might be talking about someone who is into manifestation, but I already talked about that a lot of people, they discover the manifestation and they think that it is magic, and they think that from their unhealed, unauthentic self, they can manifest, right? And I feel here that we are talking about someone that maybe believed so much in their power of manifestation that they truly thought that they could manipulate the reality, because this is what they are afraid that you would reveal, the truth. The Six of Cups. Yeah, we are talking here about a situation of the past where you were very caring, loving, trying to bring peace in a situation. You are innocent. There is a lot of innocence here between those two cards. You were fair, you were kind, you were innocent. You were coming from your heart space. You might have even made an offer of peace in this situation. Except that you were dealing here with people who are driven by power, that are not living in truth. They are not authentic. They are not real. They don't want to hear it. Fear of change, fear of change. We are not just talking about moving from one house to another or taking another job. No, we are talking about inner change here. Accepting to see things from a different perspective, accepting to act in a different way. Tell me more here, please. Yeah. Very clear. The Seven of Cups, trying to block the truth of coming out. This is talking about illusions, delusions. It's turning, and they are trying to block it from turning. They are trying to block the truth and the clarity to come out. They were trying to block you, to keep you stressed, all the time. Exactly what I said here. They were trying to stress you out. They didn't want you to be able to regain your mental clarity, heal, rest. They didn't want it. They put all their power for you to be stressed out. This is what they did. I feel the burdens put on you. You know, you don't ask for anything and they are putting you burdens on. Trying to stress you out. This is truly the energy here. Trying to stress you out so you wouldn't regain your mental clarity. Except that I kind of feel that even though you might have had some doubts with this person, I kind of feel that the mental clarity that they were trying to block, the truth that they were trying to confuse you with, I kind of feel that you were not confused about that. Let me know in the comments, but I kind of feel that it's not that you were confused about this truth. Let's see. Ah, look, they wanted to keep you stuck. Come on. Happiness in reverse and the world in reverse. They wanted to keep you stuck in a cycle. I saw a comment now talking about the crab in the bucket, right? I was surprised because the person asked me if I knew what it was. And I realized, because I already talked about the crab in the bucket, that some people don't know what it is. It is all kind of crabs that are in a bucket, and one is trying to escape, and the others are trying to bring the crab down. They don't want this crab to escape. It's like misery loves company, right? And they will block you for you not to be able to move forward, right? So this is also what we might be talking about. Somebody who is not happy, who is not connected to their own value and their own power. They are stuck in a cycle. And so they want you to be stuck in this cycle with them. Instead of elevating with you, right? No, this they don't even envision. Tell me more here, please. Wow, this was flying. Yeah, look, holding on. Holding on. Patiently working on holding on. It might have been there since months, years. This is being patient. This is putting the work and being patient. This is being strategic in keeping you stuck, holding on to something. Look, the pentacles here, walking on the pentacles so they cannot escape. There is a lot of energy here of not wanting you to escape. And maybe you wouldn't have wanted to escape if they wouldn't put you in such a situation that you felt the need to escape. They didn't want your awareness. They didn't want your new beginning. They didn't want you to be balanced in your life. They didn't want you to see your power. Doing everything in their power. And this is somebody who is trying to dominate you. Yeah, this is what it is. Trying to dominate you. And we might be talking about money here. The reason might be because they were trying to hold on to some kind of money. It can be. It doesn't have to be for everyone, but for some people it can be. Okay. Can you see? Kind of. Not really. I will put it here. Okay. Let's see. Let's get a little bit more here. We might be talking about big money that they didn't want you to have. We might be talking here about the community coming against you. We have the Tower here. The highest has said no. And the reason why the no, the Tower is number 16, right? We have the power struggle here, 16. I feel here the dark night of the soul. I feel here that someone is being exposed, revelation, for who they are, right? For the lies, the inauthenticity, everything that they were doing in order for the truth of who they are not to come out, even though you might not even have wanted to expose them. Maybe you felt later on that you had no other choice but to expose them because of all the lies that they said about you. It might be. But at the end of the day, the Tower, it's the hand of God bringing everything down. Yeah. And it's all about destroying their ego. We are talking here about the dark night of the soul. We are talking here about someone that will be humbled. They were acting out of ego and power, trying to control a situation, domineer you, try to control the truth, not allowing the truth to exist, trying to hold on and control a situation. I always say, if I would be the highest, I think that one thing that I wouldn't tolerate, it is someone who is trying to control the reality. Because as the highest is in control of the reality. And I think that people who are trying to control the reality, this is what is happening to them. Right? Yeah, this is the dark night of the soul. This is, you are driven by ego and power. I will humble you by humiliating you. But at the end of the day, you are humiliated by your own behavior. It's all about you and your behavior. You created a situation hoping that it would be hidden. I'm attracted to the light here. The light. Yeah. Yeah, people around them. I want to get a little bit more information here about this Three of Cups. And the Queen of Wands. Tell me more here. Why did the Three of Cups, Queen of Wands came out? Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Shit. Yeah. Okay. This is what I thought. This is why I wanted to check, because this came out and it's talking about celebration and your courage and your magnetism, and there is here something very attractive about the Queen of Wands, right? She tends to attract a lot of jealousy. But I felt here that even though those two cards came in the upright, I kind of felt that there was here a whole group of people jealous of your energy, your power, your creativity, your independence maybe, your sensuality, your energy. You know who you are as a person. As said, there is here the Queen of Wands. She's fiery, right? So there is something here. She doesn't even have to be she or he, doesn't matter, but I would say she because it's a queen. They don't even to be truly, they don't even need to be physically beautiful according to the standards of beauty. It doesn't matter. Because they have an energy that is so magnetic, truly. And yeah, so checking, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse here, right? So people judging you from a very negative place. Listen, I feel jealousy here, to be honest. I feel jealousy. And we are with the Pentacles, so that there is some kind of jealousy about the way you look, or about your quality of life, maybe. About the way you care about people. Maybe about your independence. Yeah. Let's go here to closure. Let's go to closure. Ah, look. La, 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 la. What just came out when I asked about those two cards? What came out was the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Right? And so I said, so in my mind, I'm thinking about the Queen of Pentacles in the upright and what they might be jealous of, right? So I'm talking to you about the way that you care and your comfort and the way that you look and all those kinds of things. What comes out? The Queen of Pentacles in the upright. It's exactly what I said here, right? Yeah. But we are talking here about more than that, because we have also the Two of Swords in reverse. It is also about the choices that you made in your life. You know how to take care of yourself. You might have made choices in your life that people might not agree with, and it doesn't mean that the choices that you made are wrong, but it makes them uncomfortable, right? You might be, as said, intuitive, psychic even, have a level of understanding that is above other people. And I truly feel here that a lot of people felt very, very uncomfortable with the way that you are living your life, who you are, and your ability to see things that they cannot, and maybe even see them in a way that they don't like. And it doesn't mean that you were judging them, but it does mean that they are uncomfortable with themselves, right? So even if you can truly love someone and support someone, while you see their bad side, their bad side too, right? But you are not judging them. You want to help them. You want to support them. You wish that they heal. You are coming from a beautiful place. It doesn't matter at the end, because if they feel uncomfortable with themselves, they cannot stand the fact that you succeed to see things about themselves that they are trying to avoid. And this is what I feel that is happening here. I do feel here that we have one main person, that you knew something about them, that they were uncomfortable. But I do feel that maybe they could have easily the support of other people, because you tend to maybe attract some kind of jealousy, maybe because of who you are, because of your energy, because of your independence. There is a lot of independence here. There is also a lot of care, a lot of intuition, a lot of creativity. spiritual path, so you might understand your special value, and even if you don't know what is your special value, but you still invest in yourself, right? Or you have got to this place. Maybe before you might have been a people pleaser, and you might have this and you might have that, and at a certain moment you said no, it has to be different. But in the meantime, you might have been very authentically yourself and saying beautiful things to people, making them feel seen, hoping that they would feel seen, and doing it in the most positive light, maybe because you didn't feel seen in your life. And so you know that the most beautiful thing that you can give to someone is making them feel seen, but as they didn't want to see themselves, they felt threatened by you. And so they very easily joined some kind of retaliation against you. At the end of the day, here, this whole situation, I'm attracted to the blessing in disguise here, right? It is also a 16. It is a 6, sorry. A 6, we are talking here about the lovers. The lovers, and the 15, we are talking about the devil. So this might be the lights and the darkness, one facing the other, people acting from their shadows unconsciously. A lot of people are in the devil's energy, but they are not. It's totally unconscious, right? It doesn't change anything that they are toxic, especially to someone who is healing, living in their true spiritual path. I'm not talking about religion here. I'm talking about a real spiritual path, living from your higher self in authenticity, in self-reflection, all those kind of things. So yeah, I kind of feel that the phrase that I want to use here is that your light irritated their demons. This is truly what I feel here. But they are going through a tower because they pushed it too much. It was not just that your light, your presence, your energy, your clarity irritated their demons. They wouldn't have gone through a tower if they didn't attack you because of it. It's not that they just took distance, they attacked you. They tried to manipulate the truth. You might have given them the present of the truth, and because of their fear of change, their fear of seeing themselves in a different way, whatever present you gave them, which was truly a beautiful present maybe, they took it in a very, very bad way, and they wanted you down. They wanted you down. At a certain moment, they could have done something, maybe to change the situation, and they decided not to do that and to dig into misunderstandings, right? But it was all a power struggle. We know that. They were manifesting something that is backfiring on them. And at the end of the day, for you, it is, I'm sorry because it might hurt and it's not what I mean to do. But it might be a blessing in disguise, right? And this is only related, it has nothing to do with them. If it is a blessing in disguise, it is because of you and only you. It is what you did with this experience. The experience was not a blessing in disguise. The way that you handled it, you might have turned the situation into a blessing at the end of the day, right? I think that it's important to say this, because saying about a horrible situation that it's a blessing in disguise, it's not the situation. It is what you are doing about the situation, right? So I think that I will leave it here. Yeah, the manipulation doesn't work. You are winning. You are seen for who you are. You moved forward, right? Now they are in a miserable place. Yeah, they are in a miserable place because now they are burdened. All the burden that were trying to put on you It's on them, and you are heading towards your Ten of Cups. Yeah. And the reason why, it is because you are fair. You have always been fair. You have always tried to make the decision from a great place, and they are stuck now. They are stuck. Yeah. So I will leave it here. I hope that it was helpful, healing, even maybe insightful. I don't know. Let me know. I'll see you in the comments. Until very, very soon. Bye.